Hello, this is Runday Sunday. Been meaning to do this since last year, 2020, actually. A lot of things to think about and talk about when it comes to running, which is kind of funny because you think it's a pretty easy sport, which it is. But there's still a lot of nitty gritty to it, just like any other sport, actually. Of course, if you don't want to, just left, right, get it going, run, right? But for anyone who wants to get deeper into running, hopefully this podcast and hopefully my videos are going to help. So, anyways, first podcast about running. I just wanted to talk about for anyone who would like to get into running, but they had got some hesitations. I understand. I just want to address some of those. So, concern number one, uh, people who don't run a lot, they're worried that it's gonna hurt, gonna feel sore, it's gonna suck. When they have tried running before, like why would they run more? You know, run more frequently, run farther. It's just it all sucks, right? And you know what? I totally get it. And to them, I say this: after every run that I've ever done, or at least every single run that I can think of, I've always felt better after. I've been running. I'm 30 now. I started running a little more seriously when after I joined cross country in high school my junior year. So it's 2021 right now. That was back in what 2007. And after I got into running, you know, after every single run, no matter if it's just like a short jog, a race, a long workout, whatever, I come back home, I get something to eat and drink, shower, not necessarily in that order. And you know what? My breathing, my heart rate, just, my brain, everything. It feels a little better, you know? And don't get me wrong, a lot of times I'm sore, beat up, mentally tired even, but there's a sense of accomplishment and I don't want to say refreshment, but you feel more refreshed, right? Or at least I do. So I say give it a shot, you know? And if you don't feel clean and content and accomplished afterward, sure, give it up. Not gonna force you to run. But that's just my point of view. Um, see if your experience maps out to that. So kind of branching off of that, mile one, you figure you run a mile, right? And it sucks. Even if you like take it a little easier, it still sucks. Your breathing, soreness, it's all bad. And to that I say, you know what? I've been running a long time, more, I've been running a good amount of time at least, more than a decade, right? Uh, I ran a good amount of miles, and the first mile almost always still sucks. And so what I've learned to do about it is just take it easy. If your body's not up for it, you take it easier, and you acknowledge that it's gonna kind of suck, right? And you don't push it any harder than it has to, and you know that later on, when your heart has kind of caught up to the heart rate it needs to do, to get moving, your your breathing gets to where it needs to be to, you know, get enough oxygen. Your legs have stretched out a little bit, if you didn't do a warm up. It takes a while. And a lot of times that distance is a mile. And if you keep going, right, you don't push it too hard, but you just keep going, a lot of times it'll feel better. I've actually had runs, where I didn't feel like I felt properly warmed up until 5 miles passed. And to a new runner, that sounds kind of crazy, maybe, right? You're like 5 miles. I don't even want to run 5 miles. A mile is enough. Sure. The point is, take it easy. You'll be able to run farther than you thought soon enough. When I joined cross country, our first workout was Well, okay, our warm up was a mile, and I thought that was our workout because I was a dumbass. Kind of joined cross country without knowing the specifics. And when they said that was a good warm up, I in my head I was thinking, oh shit, like what did I get myself into? And yeah, first week of cross country, come home every day, and I would just sit down and stare at the floor. My body was all beat up. My mental was broken. I was just like tired and wondering if I could follow through with it. And I got used to it. You know, the first week was tough, and after that, it got easier and easier. You just get used to it. You know, you can do it. It's not a big deal anymore. So, anyways, another thing is don't when you're getting to a new activity or sport, running included, don't overcomplicate things. You don't have to have perfect technique, buy all the best gear, know all the best training plans. It's too much, you know? Find out if you even enjoy it first, right? If you don't like running after like a couple weeks, if you don't even get a small sense of like enjoyment, right? Fulfillment, then don't do it. So before you overthink things and commit too much to it, just see if you like it, right? And this holds true with other hobbies too. Don't be spending like a bazillion dollars on a fancy ass computer or car or I don't know, piece of sporting equipment until you really like it. Because you know what? $100, $200 shoe is not going to be what makes or breaks your running enjoyment. Now, don't get me wrong, you should have a decent pair of shoes, right? If you're running and your feet are getting bruised and bloodied every single time you step foot out there, of course it's not going to be fun. But you can get a decent pair of shoes for, as cheap as $20, $30. So don't worry too much about anything too complicated. Just get out there, have a half decent pair running shoes, have, a shirt and shorts maybe. You could do long sleeve, long pants, shirt, whatever. But the important thing is that it wicks away sweat. So don't go full cotton. Get some sort of material um, so that, your clothes, you're going to sweat probably. Unless you're a freak of nature, in which case, congratulations to you. Likelihood is you're going to sweat. And if you're wearing all cotton, that's going to stick to you. It's going to feel gross. You're going to feel like you're all choked out and drowning in sweat. But honestly, besides those three items of things, you don't need anything more to just get into running. Oh, of course, like socks, underwear. That goes without saying. But yeah, so I don't want to overcomplicate things. But yeah, if you want to get into running, I would say, you know, acknowledge that the first mile is going to suck. See if you enjoy running and you feel accomplished after a run, right? It might suck during the run, but see if you like it after. See if you like the effect that it has on your life. Number three, don't overcomplicate things, right? Just get into it. We can talk about details more in later episodes. And I'll just leave you with one parting thought. And it's something I learned actually from badminton. A coach told me when you're on the court, body on, mind off. When you're off the court, mind on, body off. And what he meant by that was, you know, you do all your training and thinking about the sport, before and after a race, when you're training, whatever. But once you get out there and you start going, right? Don't let your brain get in the way. Overthinking, it's sapping resources, it's sapping your attention. Uh, it's nerve wracking. So just trust that the training you've done, you know, whatever little that may be, is going to be fine. And even if it isn't, overthinking is only going to make things worse. So don't overthink things. If you want to run, get out there, get into running, don't get hurt. All right, that's episode 1 of Runday Sunday. Hopefully, you guys go out and, whatever run you might want to do, Go and do it. Enjoy some fresh air and nature. And I will see you next Sunday. This is Runday Sunday. See ya.